a four-year letterman on an NCAA Division III football championship team at Augustana. Most fit of all the Eagles, they say, of Billups. Ball tapped down. To look.
Look at that leap by Gross. 6'9", great basketball player for Team Reebok, I believe, as a matter of fact, one of the USA sponsors. But concentrate.
The United States ahead of Ireland by a score of 18-16. We'll be right back.
Down there, everything comes with instruction. Up here, you follow your instincts. High country barley, Rocky Mountain water, brewed a mile high. Original Coors in the yellow can. There's nothing like the beer from up here.
It's an automobile that has become part of the American landscape. A car that for over 2 million people has become an indispensable part of their lives. Automobile Magazine called it the best car built in America. We call it the 1996 Camry, the gold standard from Toyota.
Once a year, and only once a year, the Men's Warehouse has a sale. And this is it. Save an additional 20 to 40% off the Men's Warehouse everyday low prices. Save on a wide variety of selected suits, sport coats, slacks, shirts, ties, and shoes. Save on a giant assortment of single and double-breasted suits and sport coats. It takes a Men's Warehouse sale to beat a Men's Warehouse price. I guarantee it.
Inside every one of us is an athlete with a thirst for the game going on around us. It's life. And if you play hard at it, you get thirsty. That's why we make Gatorade. Hey, life is a sport. Drink it up.
A very excited United States team and crowd right now here in Marietta, Georgia, as the U.S. is stunning Ireland. That is the Irish fly-half Eric Elwood, who is being tended to by the trainer John Martin from Ireland. And there's going to be a reserve come on for Ireland in place of him. It'll be Paul Burke from Cork. But the United States stunning Ireland right now. I'm Dave Sitwell along with Bo Bach and Brian Vizard here in Marietta, Georgia. Second half of this match, the United States and Ireland. The U.S. trying to beat Ireland for the first time.
Dave, not only Ireland, this will be the first victory for the U.S. over an IRB country, International Rugby Board. One of the major powers in world rugby. They've been to the quarterfinals, the last 3 World Cups. This would be the biggest win ever for the USA in rugby.
Staples' kick is taken by Williams. Williams returns it. Sends a bullet out of bounds, and Ireland will start inside United States territory. Well, can't get your hopes up too high right now. It's 18-16, and there's still 30 minutes to go. However, the United States doing a great job today.
Just the way they're playing right now. They're spirited. It's a young team. And Jack Clark, this is a squad that's looking forward to the 1999 Rugby World Cup in Wales, and they are playing their hearts out.
There's Paul Burke right there, who came in for Elwood, getting his first action of the day. The Irish worked very, very hard this week. They said harder than they ever have before. I wonder if some of them might be a little leg worried, but that won't make any difference in the packs and the pack and the forwards as they get it going.
Burke gets the ball. Burke on the burst again. He's the only one out there with a clean jersey now.
And fresh legs.
Ireland moving ahead with the big forwards. This is Neil Francis. Francis finally dragged down by many Eagles. And once again, Ireland up to the task of responding. Outside it goes again. This is Costello. Very close to the line are Ireland. And the United States defense had better stiffen right now. And they're going to call an offside against the United States on the preceding loose piece. And and Ireland will have a chance to chip it through for goal. So the referee from Canada, George Gadovich, let the play continue in advantage, and when Ireland could not score it, he went back and he's awarded the penalty kick.
Dave, the one thing that the U.S. has to do, they got away from it there. They're tackling too high. These Irish forwards are just rolling right at them, pounding them to the floor, and they continue to carry on. They got to bring them down. They got to do the leg tackles to make that ball go to the floor.
Let's take one more look. You see the referee there. He's already awarded a penalty to Ireland. He's going to let them take a chance at scoring the touchdown. And now it'll be Burke, who just came off the Irish bench to attempt the penalty goal right out in front of the post. It's about 10 yards away. A little more than an NFL PAT for Burke and Ireland. They retake the lead, 19-18.
Orlando will make Olympic history in 1996. And you can be part of it. Don't miss your opportunity to witness history as men's and women's Olympic soccer will be played at the Florida Citrus Bowl Stadium in Orlando. For ticket information, call 1-800-948-6959.
You've busted your back, you've nearly drowned yourself, and your car wash is still hit or miss. Next time, use a Shawala. A Shawala wash is the fastest, easiest, most thorough car wash there is. The giant washing surface cleans your entire car in no time, with the same type of material used in professional brushless car washes. So tough, it's virtually indestructible. And look, it would take all these ordinary sponges to equal the surface washing area of one Shawala. Nothing can hold more soap. Have a van? Then you've got to have a Shawala. No climbing, no straining. The extra long handle reaches even the highest vehicle. Cleans wheels and tires in seconds. There's never been a better wash than a Shawala wash. It's only $19.95, so order yours now.
Call toll-free 1-800-652-2112 or send $19.95 plus shipping and handling to Shawala, P.O. Box 4943, Department S, Omaha, Nebraska. For fastest delivery, use your credit card and call 1-800-652-2112 now.
The Dolphins are on their journey to the tourney, racing through the Sun Belt, tuning up in Little Rock. Final stop, the Meadowlands. Western Kentucky and Jacksonville, Saturday at 4 on Sunshine.
Well, Paul Burke, Johnny on the spot, just into the ballgame, replacing the injured Eric Elwood at fly half, and he delivers a penalty goal. There's Elwood out of the ballgame. And now his replacement puts Ireland back out in front by one. 19-18 to score. And Ireland a bit feisty now after retaking the lead. Takes the deep kickoff. And once again, an old story here this afternoon. They depend on their forwards to initiate their offensive thrust.
David, all starts with that tackle. If you get them around the legs and put them to the floor, they can't do the rolling maul, which they're so dangerous today. We've seen the experience that they have in the forward pack. And then they just get supreme ball out to their backs.
Quilkin with the kick ahead this time, delivers the dandy. Mark Williams, Arizona's zone line, delivers out to Anatoni. Anatoni does get the ball kicked. Good play by Vaya Anatoni, backing up Mark Williams.
Good spacing, knew exactly where to go, and a good delivery of the ball, too.
High in support of Williams. Just does get away before he is hammered by Jonathan Bell.
Good opportunity for a tap line out for Ireland, maybe around the back. But if they can bring down good ball and start that maul again, which we've been seeing all day, they may just try that. Here it comes. Watch the scrum out here. He's just taking charge, directing his forwards which way to go, which way the ball's going, taking U.S. hands off. He's just in complete control there. That's what a good young scrum half has to do.
Salveri Muto waiting. However, the ball pops out. The U.S. gets it. Now they're going to say offsides against the U.S. And very quickly, Burke jumps in and says he wants to take a shot at goal. So Paul Burke, who just a moment ago connected to give Ireland a 1-point lead, can extend it now. Let's have another look.
As we see it around the fringe, we see the maul. Salveri Muto directing his troops. The U.S. got in there, and the referee ruled offside.
Yeah, it was Tom Billups, a little bit over anxious. They deked him a little bit there, too.
So Burke, you see his view, the uprights. He extends the Irish lead. Ireland now in front, 22-18. We'll be back right after this.
Right now, Southwest Airlines has got-to-go fares starting at just $19 one way on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. It's such a good deal, people everywhere see it as the perfect opportunity to get away. But if you want gotta-go fares to be your big break, you'd better hurry. Gotta-go fares from $19, only on Southwest, the low-fare airline.
When I got rid of my gray hair, I wanted a natural look, so I didn't take any chances. I used the sure thing for a natural look called Just for Men.
Apply Just for Men, and in 5 minutes, rinse. It's specially timed to blend away gray, bring back your natural look, and condition hair.
It's a sure thing.
Just for Men, the sure thing for a natural look. And now try Just for Men Color Gel for the hard-to-color hair of mustaches and beards. Brush in, rinse out. Just 5 minutes.
As you know, I've had a golf tournament for the last 4 or 5 years here in South Florida, and we've raised a bunch of money for charity. And this year we decided to make it a Celebrity Golf Association event along with the Dan Marino Foundation to have a different kind of golf tournament. It's going to be a tournament for 4 days, and it's going to be fun, but we're going to be raising money for the Dan Marino Foundation, and all the South Florida children's charities will be beneficiaries. And you're going to see many great stars out here that can play some very good golf.
Paul Burke was enjoying this game in the stands like so many of the fans, and now he's come on and booted 2 penalty goals for Ireland, and the Irish out in front of the United States 22-18 midway through the second half here in Marietta, Georgia.
As long as you're out here, you might as well be playing.
They're probably warmer than we are. That's right. Again, the Irish have it in the ball position.
Burke with a kick, and that puts the U.S. back toward the halfway line. The United States will have a line out just inside the 50-yard line.
Good opportunity to see when you come off the bench the depth of Ireland and these international squads to be able to come off with somebody like Burke to replace Elwood, who's having a great game. And here's Burke, he doesn't miss a beat.
Well, he had 4 conversions and 2 penalties against Fiji when they routed 44-8. He's got 6 caps under his belt, so that's a nice guy to have on your bench.
Down the Irish way. With the United States forwards ready to mix it up. Ireland rebuilds, repacks, and gets ready to move again. As long as you're not on the ground, you can keep the ball in your hands. Now you see Ireland have gone to what is called the ruck, the ball on the floor now, but the United States comes up with it. Alexander chips it. Taken by the wing, that's Wallace. Wallace kicks it. Will he find touch? No. At the other end of it is Bachelet. They're going to call a knockout? Oh, I don't think that ball went forward.
Yeah, that looked like a great play by Andre Bachelet. I'm very surprised at the call. Maybe if we get a replay, maybe we can check it out. But that looked like a good play on in my mind.
George Gadjevich, the referee, says that Bachelet missed the ball and knocked it forward, knocked it backward. However, Ireland will take advantage of it. And the ball back into touch off the United States foot. Ireland will have a throw-in inside U.S. territory.
As we had a look at Bachelet, he's the captain of the U.S. team. He's got to get his troops back going forward. It's been the history of the U.S. to play strong for 60 minutes, 50, 60, 70 minutes, but they fold that last 10 or 20 minutes. In Jack Clark's regime, he's had a lot of close games. He's never had a blowout, and they got to play for the full 80.
Francis takes the ball for Ireland.
Terrence Kingston packing it in there for the Irish. Number 2.
Now the United States holding its ground right now. As a matter of fact, turning the tide as the ball now being marched back out toward the halfway line, and the U.S. earns the scrimmage. Good play by the U.S. forwards.
Great play. Jason Walker right in the thick of it there, earning his first cap. He's right in the thick of it. He's already scored a try. He's got fresh legs. He's having a very good debut.
Paul Wallace on the ground right now, taking a break. Trainers are looking at him.
John Hisamoto, who does a great job as the physio for the United States team, and he's busy now. After they have a quick look-see at
Joe Rizzoni making his first cap from old Puget Sound Beach.
He's a 4-year wrestler at Oregon. Matter of fact, he qualified for the NCAA Division I championships back in 1990. He's a wrestler for the Ducks, so he's used to this weather.
But not much rugby experience, and that's where the United States is going now, trying to get some athletes, some strength athletes, as well as some athletes in the back line that perhaps don't have that much rugby experience, but whom you can develop.
Well, he was a new player to Jack Clark's program. He just showed up at the Eagle Camp in Long Beach while he was invited to the camp, and he just performed so well. He did so well in the scrummaging, and they knew they were in for a battle in the scrummages against Ireland. That's why he's here today, and he's doing a very good job.
His matchup today is against the best in the world, Hobblewood.
You see the Ireland number 8 here. He's standing off to the left side. I don't know if they have enough room to go to the weak side on the scrum move. We'll see. It's coming out strong.
Kick ahead by Alexander. Staples in the neighborhood. Behind the 25. Now he's out in front. He has to kick it in play. He does to Williams. At the other end, it's off Williams. It jumps into touch. Bad luck for the United States and to Mark Williams.
That's a very bad break for the U.S. Mark did everything he could. Realized if he tried to catch on a fly, there's a possibility of a knock-on. Here's the long ball. Watch Williams. He decides, nope, can't do it, but it hits him and then goes into touch. It's Ireland throw in deep in the U.S. end of the pitch here.
Tough break, and you have to work around that. You have to be able to overcome that.
They've been going to Neil Francis in the middle of the line. Let's see what they do here.
All right, we're into that last 20 minutes you were talking about a moment ago. We'll see if the United States can keep up the initiative. Kingston's throw, well, that was a bit on the onside. I didn't know Neil Francis could jump quite that high all by himself. Ireland now toward their line, within 5 yards of the try. Sarimuto trying to handle, now the ball being mussed about. The U.S. defenders staying firm.
They got to hold him out here, Dave. They have to hold him out.
It's a rolling ball there. The Irish would love to control it right here and just walk it over, but they get it out.
6 Irishmen in the back line, ready to go. And that time it went down with Costello. Back out it goes again. Corkery. Burke again with the wing inside. Here's Staples across the way to Wallace, and Wallace is knocked into touch. Big defense by the United States. Well, you're talking about a 3rd down stand. That's just about what the U.S. accomplished there.
Watch this. If you see David Corkery, well, prior to that, he made the decision to come back inside. He had about 4 or 5 guys outside of him, and there was only 2 or 3 U.S. Eagles out there. He made the bad decision to coming back inside. It allowed the U.S. to regain and cover on the cover defense.
Mark Williams and Malachi Delay forcing Wallace into touch, and now we have a break again. John Hisamoto very busy right now.
Excuse me, Dave. We've had a couple of overload situations this afternoon, and both teams have not taken advantage of all of those situations, as you just said, Brian.
Look at the crowd chanting for Dan Lyle to stay in. He's having an outstanding game for probably the last year. So he's only been playing the game 2 or 3 years, but the last year he's been the man in U.S. Rugby.
Former All-American tight end at VMI. Had his first ever match.
Here's a look at Corkery cutting back inside. It was a bad decision. It allows the U.S. to get them back in, solidify their defense, and allows them to push him to the touch.
That's the way historically Ireland has been playing. Murray Kidd would rather he got the ball outside.
All right, so they're going to talk about Dan Lye. We'll see if he continues. We'll be right back.
He shocked you as the lawnmower man. I am God. Now he's back more terrifying than ever.
He can destroy our world. He figures we'll have to turn to him as the new messiah in cyberspace.
In 3 days, I'll be in every system in the world.
You've got to stop Joe before it's too late.
This universe is mine. Lawnmower Man 2, Beyond Cyberspace. Rated PG-13. Starts Friday.
The greatest names in tennis are back. Jimmy Connors, Bjorn Borg, Guillermo Vilas, and more in hot tournament competition with big money at stake. It's the $3 million Champions Tour.
Can't get better tennis than you're seeing right now.
Caliber player, I think it's been fantastic.
These are the entertainers.
I'm pretty excited that they're coming here.
The Corel Champions, February 21st to the 25th at Palm Beach Polo. Call 417-795-0300.
It's February Madness, and all the college basketball excitement is hitting the court Saturday, February 3rd, when Jacksonville University takes on conference rival Western Kentucky. You can get in on the action with special homecoming and alumni game festivities. Come along for the ride as Jacksonville University continues their journey for the tourney.
They get paid good money just to horse around. Get the inside track on all the results and racing. The Gulfstream Racing Report, weeknights on Sunshine.
Well, Dan Lyle has made the decision to stay in the game. Ireland puts the ball inbounds about 5 yards away from a try, and it's taken away by the U.S. See if the forwards can continue the momentum now. Bachelet with a kick, and that delivers the Eagles at least 25 yards away now, or Ireland. Tommy Billups had the big play inside to get the ball back for the United States.
And a good athletic move by Bachelet to get it out.
Get up!
Tough kid, Terry Kingston. 5'10", 210 pounds. Must throw the ball directly down the middle of the lineout. Ireland controls.
The rucks and mauls, Ireland has had 11 of them. They've had 13, won 11. They've kicked twice out of it and run 9 times. The United States have had 4. They've won 4 and kicked all 4 times.
Burke kicks ahead, the ball taken into goal, and I believe this will be a 5-yard scrum unless the United States gets a break, and I believe they don't. Nope. I thought that George Gadjevich, the referee, would have rewarded the dropout. Instead, it's going to be a 5-yard scrum.
As you take a look at that action that just took place, as the scrum is going to approaching here, it looks like Ireland's going to keep it in the scrum and try for a pushover try. Paddy Johns heads it up, had his feet, and the U.S. just collapses, losing their feet. It's tough conditions down here, but the U.S. has to be careful. If they bring that down again or once or twice, he may award a penalty try. They got to keep it up. They just got to hold out the Irish.
Chris Savariamuto doesn't sound Irish, does it? Mother is Irish, his father is from Pakistan, born in the British Isles, and now here he is representing Ireland and waiting for the football right now. And it's taken away.
Great job by Jason Walker. Look at the legs turning. Get there, Eagles. Get there. Go over it. Go over it.
The United States got to come with everything they've got now. Bachelet is going to get the ball back to Alexander under pressure. Kicks the ball into touch. Not much, though. So Ireland will have the line out just inside the 25-yard line in the end of the United States.
Okay, here's another look at the scrum. Watch the heads-up play by Andre Bachelet. You can see it's coming out of the scrum. It's out of their feet right now. He picks up, but that goes right to Jason Walker. And watch Walker just churning. And the U.S. were lucky to get this back. They weren't there in numbers, but then finally the forwards arrive and they're able to clear.
So Jerry McDonald shaken up, number 1. Debuted back in 1989 against Ireland. Very productive player all around the field. Plays for Washington, D.C. Captain of Washington, as a matter of fact. And he's going to carry on.
Watch for Francis again here in the middle of the Ireland line. They're taking out some good ball.
There's a problem with Fulcher. A bit of the Springbok in the Irish today.
Certainly are finding they could probably pull down the moon right now the way they're jumping in that line out.
Gotta come out.
Savariamuto to Burke. They've got the flankers in again. This is Corcoran. He's upended. Down he goes. Well, the United States defense certainly doing its job now. They go the other way. Bell's pass slightly forward, knocked forward. The United States will get a scrummage. Well, I'll tell you what, just a moment ago, Ireland was rucking about a foot away. 5 minutes later, the United States' very difficult, strong defense has gotten them out of the hole.
I'm sorry, Dave. Look for a scrum move here. The loose forwards are talking with each other. No, it's going to be cleared by Andre. Command Alexander is going to clear the touch.
Alexander under great deal of pressure. Kicks with either leg, uses his left foot to knock it into touch again. They pick up about 5 more yards.
One thing I've been very impressed with today is the U.S. scrummaging. I mean, everybody came in thinking they're going to get destroyed in the scrums and the lineouts. They've held their own in the lineouts, but they've especially done very well in the scrums today.
And early on, the Irish were trying to test them, looked as though they were having their way, but the United States has responded toughly in the scrum.
Kingston. Ball just dead on the floor. Here's Burke. He's going to test Williams this time. So Mark Williams waits underneath, calls the mark, and he's awarded the mark, which is the rugby equivalent of a fair catch. The interesting thing about the rugby fair catch, though, it only protects the field position, not the players, not like the NFL. Yeah. So in other words, you call the mark, and they can still knock your block off. But let's take a look. You must call mark as you catch it simultaneously. You saw Mark Williams call that mark by coincidence, his first name. And now he will restart play with a kick, and that carries into touch, and Ireland will have a line out again inside U.S. territory.
That's a heck of a boot under these conditions.
Well, it's been a while for the United States to have the ball in their hands inside Irish territory, but they're going to need to initiate an attack soon. They're down by 4 points. They need to score a touchdown or a try. 11 minutes or so remain in the game.
The United States hasn't had an impressive backline movement today that really has gotten them into the loose or into Irish territory where they had a chance to use their athletic ability. There's Popplewell taking the ball.
Now we've seen quite a bit of this today. Irish mauling. Burke's going to test the weak side. Flips it out. Here's Gagan, one of the fastest in the world. Gagan skirts down the side. Gagan with the move. Finally taken down. Delivering the ball. That was to Corkery, and he is boomed.
But he stepped out of bounds, Dave.
They're going to call the ball into touch. Before we resume play, though, the referee wants to talk with the United States about the high tackle here.
Here's another look at that pass was marginally forward, but Simon Gagan, you can just see how explosive he is. He just slides into touch right there before play continues.
You see him slide back and forth. You know what he does for a living, don't you? He's an attorney. That's true.
Very shifty.
And Mark Williams delivered a forearm shiver at that point, and that's why the referee is talking to the United States right now. Just absolutely rocked him.
Touch. You want to touch? Get away.
Well, the referee, now George Gadjevich, is going to confer with his touch judge, and we'll see how they sort this out. So we'll be back with more with our score 22-18.
You ever hear anyone talk about life like you gotta chew it up and spit it out? You gotta want it so bad you can taste it. You gotta be hungry. If so, Gatorade has one question for you. You want something to drink with that? Because you're gonna be thirsty. Life is a sport. Drink it up.
The 96 Marlin season is just around the corner, and we're inviting you to join us as we prepare for opening day.
Joe Robbie Stadium may be quiet now, but on February 10th and 11th, it's going to come to life at Marlin's Fan Fest. Sponsored by Sunshine Network.
Join the Marlins and enjoy JRS like never before. As we open the stadium for tours of the dugout, clubhouse, batting cages, and more.
Marlins players and staff will be here for autographs and photos.
You can also become a charter member of the official Marlins Fan Club.
Marlins Fan Fest, Saturday and Sunday, February 10th and 11th. Don't miss it.
22-18, Ireland out in front of the United States. Dave sitting with Bo Bach and Brian Vizard at Life College in Marietta. The United States with a line out now at the 25, their own 25-yard line. However, Ireland will control it. And the referee whistle, and Ireland guilty of a line-out infraction. The United States with a break, they'll get a penalty kick.
Dan Lyle was being held, couldn't pursue the ball.
So Matt Alexander, as he has been asked so many times today to deliver the United States from their own territory, does with a kick out near the halfway line, where Ireland will have the line-out.
Here's the line out again, deep in their own end of the field. They're going to throw to the middle of the line, but unfortunately that's where Neil Francis is as well. He gets the tap down, and as Lyle goes to get down on the ball, he's held from behind. Penalty to the U.S. They have to march it into the Ireland half and try to take advantage of some ball playing ability of the back line. They haven't been in position to run the ball yet this half that we're really seeing, so hopefully we can win the ball and see a back line run.
All right, with the kick into touch on the penalty, Tom Billups of the United States will put the ball back into play. Taken at the end of the lineout by the U.S.
Dan Lyle, another good take. Yeah, should have some pretty good ball coming back here.
And they got targets. Cannot handle it.
I believe that was Jason Walker.
You are absolutely correct.
It's just slippery conditions. And even though that pass was a short one, which should have been handled, it's just so wet out here. It's very difficult for any of the players to get a handle on the ball.
I thought he had an overload at the outside, just a little bit over anxious, took his eye on the ball, wanted to make that quick toss.
Look for another raking kick by Paul Burke here to try to put the U.S. deep.
Burke's kick will challenge Mark Williams. Williams can only tap it forward a few feet. And once again, Ireland remains on the attack deep inside U.S. territory.
Simon Gagan has got scintillating speed, doesn't he? He's forced the action every time on this side.
Well, that was a nice kick by Burke. And in these conditions, Mark Williams can't get there too quick. He'll slide on his behind, but Gagan does have world-class speed. He's one of the best wingers in the world.
Ireland controls the lineout. Again, deep inside U.S. territory. Burke cannot handle. Here come the U.S. tacklers. They miss an opportunity there. The Kilkins turned backwards. Supported by Costello. And the Irish forwards now marching. Salveri-Muto waiting, directing. Francis with the ball. Leaves it for Kingston. Kingston 5 yards away. Salveri-Muto goes to Burke. Burke with the flanker. The big flanker is Puckery. And the ball knocked forward. The United States will get the scrummage.
Very dangerous situation, all set up by Neil Francis's smart play in that ruck, in that maul that they had going, was able to leave it behind. The United States didn't see it. Ireland picked it up looking for the ball and got it outside.
Again, if Burke would have got it out wide, though, Ireland would have had an overload out there. Well, here's one against the head. You don't want to see this here. Hold them out, Eagles.
Costello, the big flanker, finally held up. Ireland knocking at the door. Bachelet somehow comes up with it. Alexander delivers it out. Under pressure, though, are the Eagles.
Get out of there.
Eagles will be well right now to just deliver for a 5-yard scrum, and that's what they do. So when the Eagles took the ball back into the goal themselves, they touch it down. It results in a 5-yard scrum for Ireland.
For the game so far, Ireland has had 52. Rucks and Mauls have 145. The United States have had 16 and 113.
Watch a scrum move coming towards us here. Oh, they got split backs now, so let's see what happens. Petty John's at the base. Another pushover opportunity. Now they just settle them all.
Patty Johns initiates the ball. Salveri-Muto goes to Burke. Burke with 2 outside him. Wanted to take it himself. Knocked down at the other end by Williams. Picking up the ball at the time is Dan Lyle. He's been everywhere today.
Let it go, go! The ball, come down.
scrimmage, and it's awarded to Ireland. Well, with injury time, there's probably about 7, maybe 8 minutes remaining in the match. The United States has been battling with their backs up against the wall for most of the second half.
Yeah, Dan Lyle, unfortunate there not to get the ball back for the U.S. team. Ireland were just there in numbers, and he was unable to force the ball back towards his flag. Petty Johns with a quick pickup off the base.
It's one of his fortes. He leaves it for Savary Muto. Here's the big boy, Popplewell moves Ireland so much closer to the try. Savary Muto is going to pick it up, delivers it. No, keeps it himself. Is he denied, or does he make it? Well, they're going to let him start again, 5 yards away. So Chris Savary Muto stopped by the Eagles right at the try line.
It all started by Patty John's pickup, and they've worked on that all week long. And that's one of the things they do best, and they haven't forgotten. As much as they want to work the back line, they want to continue to use Patty Johns in the number 8 pickups.
You can see Tom Billups getting his forwards together while Dan Lyle is tended to with a knock to the head. But Tommy Billups is the leader of the forward pack for the U.S. team. He's been around for the last 3 or 4 years, and he is just the inspirational leader, trying to get his team going.
22 points to 18, Ireland leading the United States. Third international match between these two countries. About 5, maybe 6 minutes to go. The referee is the timekeeper.
Mazzoni, a great job against Popplewell that time.
They move the ball off to Gagan, no room there. Staples, no room for him either. But the Irish forwards are there in a hurry and in numbers. Savary Muto trying to get the ball out of there. Burke, Francis. That's a big truck going through that line right now. Down, they finally get him. Popplewell close to the line. He's denied. Savary Muto can't find the handle. And the U.S. gets a break. No, they don't. They're going to call it offside against the U.S. in the corner.
Yeah, the referee had played a long advantage there. I think it was the right opportunity or the right moment to play the advantage. Ireland was just cracking at the line. Great play by Via Anatoni to thwart him, but Ireland with another chance for 3, or they may scrummage from here.
And a tough break for the United States there, because that's exactly what they needed to do. Make a stop, get the ball in the open field, and hopefully go the distance.
This is a very interesting call. In any other international sense, this is the right move. 22-18, a 3-pointer would put the Irish up by 7. As we take another look at the play by the United States to deny Ireland a try. But here, the United States coming of age today, here's an International Rugby Union Board country like Ireland, one of the old boy clubs. And now they are kicking a penalty goal late in the game, trying to seal a victory against the United States.
Might be this kick one of the signature moments in U.S. rugby history, because, as you say, they're giving them credence right here, right now. They certainly don't want to go into Scotland with a loss here.
Now, and the U.S. is giving Ireland everything they can handle. Well, here's Paul Burke will come into your screen from your right screen. There he is. And off the bench, Burke is perfect kicking. Well, Burke pulls them ahead further, 25-18 in favor of Ireland.
The greatest names in tennis are back. Jimmy Connors, Bjorn Borg, Guillermo Vilas, and more in hot tournament competition with big...